Right, so I've planted up a few trees, fruit trees, and I've added more containers. So I've put the persimmons in. There's Max getting into shot. On either side of the path, close to the wall. So hopefully that wall will be able to radiate the heat back out at night time over summer. And they're doing well. So this is Lampadina. This is an old Italian variety. So we're going to see how it gets on. I planted it at the same height as it was in the pot, but I've raised it up slightly. It's about, I don't know if you can see, about 4 inches higher than the ground here. So it's in a slight mound, it's not flat, it's in a slight mound. And I've added the loam and the composted manure, and there's stone and gravel and sand. I've blended it all up. So there'll be nice, a lot of drainage here. So we'll see how this gets on. And it'll be getting the full sun. Obviously I'm going to have to top these. We'll get a full day of sun. And over this side, same again, slightly raised on a mound, not as pronounced. The ground, it just seems to be a lot drier here. There's a much more pronounced drop here. The ground, so this is the Kaki Ragno, or also known as a spider. And this is another Italian variety. And same again, I planted it at the same height that it was in the pot. And the ground falls away on either side, so it's not going to be sitting in damp soil during a heavy rainfall. And you can, you know, there's lots of stone and sand and everything, and I freshened up the soil with the composted manure and the loam. I can see that sun is coming, evening sun is coming straight through onto it now. So that's the 2 Italian persimmon or kakis, and I've just put the sticks around them to stop Max going in, cocking his leg and pissing on them. So this pot that I had over here, which I was going to use for the black futsu, the squash, there was actually 3 pots put into each other. And I just got a bit of rebar and separated them out. And there's a second and a third pot over here. So I have this blended up like the other pots with the loam and the composted manure. I don't have anything in it yet. There's actually no bottom on the end of this one, so it's basically just sitting on these bags here. But it'll still do, no problem. And I blended that up as well. So what I'm going to do with these trachycarpus in here, because I'm going to use this for vegetables, I'm going to take plenty of kind of pots, like 5-10 litre pots, and I'm going to take these out, take the strong ones out and just pot them up and then I can use this container. It's another big container I can use for veg. I'll probably, I don't know, put it up here somewhere. I'll start putting pots on the far side as well. I haven't put up the second raised bed yet. I suppose the time will be coming soon now where I'll just be removing all the winter cloches or covers. I've got the new bark mulch and machine, and this Asian pear, I didn't have any mulch on it apart from the compost and manure. This is the Jiro. So I just took up the sticks, put some cardboard down, and I've started to make my own. So yeah, I'll get this over time. I'll just get this done. That's the peach. So I'll get all these grasses out of there and I'll get the bark mulch in on top. I can use that around the plants as well. So today I planted another tree, and this is the latest tree that came in. It's the Mirabelle, the Nancy, and same again, dug a nice large area, blended up composted manure, and put the tree in, filled it all back in, and I put a mulch layer of composted manure under the cardboard, and that will break down, and then I'll just come out and put the bark mulch down. I'll get rid of all these leaves and put in a bark mulch as well. On this apple, this is the Spartan apple. See that? All the new buds are coming out. So this is the Michelin cider apple tree, French cider apple tree from Normandy, where they were developed in France, and I really went in and chopped a lot out. I need to tidy up these bits and pieces that are sticking out still. They need to be taken out, but there is new growth. New buds. Yeah, can't get that focus. So we got some buds here. Got some here. Yep. So it hasn't died. So I haven't given it any mulch or feed yet. Here we got some more here. Looking nice and healthy. Let's see if I can see any more. So I'm not really interested in getting apples off this tree. I want to use this to help pollinate, because this will help the Fuji and the Spartan. But what I hope to do is, obviously this year is not going to happen, but take scion wood from the Fuji and the Spartan and graft. I think these ones up here, yeah, so it's looking good. Still going. I'll definitely give this some fertilizer and a mulch. Get it going again. Here he is watching. Oh boy. Okay, so I've planted a persimmon here in the field, just adjacent and in front of these two, the three Asian pears. So this is an Asian persimmon, but it's different to the other ones. This is not astringent, so it's a sweet persimmon that you can eat straight from the tree. It's looking really healthy. Really bright green lime leaves. Okay, so this is the Kaki Jiro. And again, I've planted at the height of the root ball as it was in the pot. I haven't gone over it. So you can see where the root stock is. It's up here. It's nice and high. I've seen in some videos saying that if you plant fruit deep close to root stock, that it can actually be harmful, or it can lead to the death of the tree. Whereas if you keep them nice and high, they seem to do it much better. Okay, so as with the others, the soil here was excellent, because this is where I grew all the vegetables, and there was tons of manure, farmyard, straight from the farm. Yeah, soil is really dark and it's rich, and it was, once I took off the top layer of weeds and grass and got into just the pure soil, it was really easy to dig over and very loose. It's not waterlogged. So I've added stone, the compost, the manure. I've added sand. Just basically put the nourishment back into the soil, so this tree over the next very important years, it can get its roots out there easy. Plenty of drainage. It's planted slightly higher, so again the ground falls away all around. It's not planted flat. There's the slight mound, not too much, but it won't be sitting deep in wet soil. This is something I've repeated as well for the palms, like the Cerifera here, Camrops Cerifera, and the other Camrops and the other palms, slightly proud. Okay, so some of the blossoms, I think this is the was the first of the fruit trees that I'm after bringing in. This is the Stanley plum. And there was a big bumblebee. I think he's gone. Yeah, he's gone. But there was a big bumblebee up here, and that's exactly what you want and you need for the fruit trees. So you want your bees flying over to the Spartan and hopping across to the Fuji and the other trees that you have. Okay, see you in the next one. So here's the Parfianca. It's a real hardy pomegranate, and we can just see the first signs. Let's see if I can focus in. Yeah, see the tips? Bright orange, kind of a red. Yeah. Starting to waken up. So I've left this one in the tunnel just to keep any of the harsh elements coming down on top of it off. But they will be going out soon. I suppose into April. Yeah, I'll be getting the citrus in, and the pawpaws and some of the other persimmons down into the wood. Over near the New Zealand plants, I thought this was actually probably, I was wondering where I was going to put this, and I was thinking maybe down into the wood. But I'm not going to. I'm going to put it over close to I'll probably take out a bamboo that's near the most hose and plant this up. This is the New Zealand Schefflera digitata. But I just left it out a few nights, gave it a soak, and it just looks really vibrant, looks really healthy, really good. But I think the ground over there and the other New Zealand plants are doing really well, so kind of makes sense to put this with those plants, because this is from the same environment. Okay, so in a few weeks all these small tetrapanics, they'll be going down into the wood. The sooner you get them in the ground, the better, and because they'll start developing that little trunk. They don't need to sit. They don't need to be potted up and babied. I still have to divide these up, so I think I'll leave some of this stuff outside now. This is the Schwelliensis. That'll be going down soon as well. So just gradually over the last few weeks I've been just kind of watching the weather and bringing stuff in and out, keeping them safe. This is the Fengii or Fengi Schefflera. They grow into a small tree, so that they will be going down close to the wood, to the edge of the wood. This is the glabrescens Schefflera, a small tree as well. I suppose in their native habitats they get a lot bigger, but there's no reason to keep these in pots for a season. You just get them in, they're hardy. Just get them into the ground. Yeah, here we go. We do have some very, very small sables. This is a Sable Minor Cherokee. And I hope to put them up along the wall. This is a Sable Etonia. Supposed to be a very, very hardy varieties. The sables are just as hardy, if not hardy, more hardy than some of the Trachycarpus. But I think I don't think you can go wrong in Ireland with either the Trachycarpus or the sables. Well, I'll get the rest of these out. See you in the next one.